In this video, you will learn how to connect Salesforce to WordPress with FuseWP. Now, to begin, you'll need to ensure that you are in the setup area in Salesforce. So over here on the right, you can click on the gear icon and ensure that you're in the setup tab or page rather. And from here, you'll need to go to the left-hand side in the menu and under apps, just click to expand the menu. Go to app manager. Once you're in there, you'll see the heading as Lightning Experience App Manager. On the right, click on New External Client App. And here we are going to name our app, FuseWP Salesforce Connect. The API name field will be filled in automatically, so you can move on to contact email address. I'm going to enter one, and we're going to keep the distribution state as local since this is an internal app. Now we're going to move on to the API tab, and here we are going to enable OAuth, and we'll need to add the callback URL, which we can get in our FuseWP integration settings. So if we go to settings here, we can go to the integrations configuration modal, and here we can get the callback URL. So I'm just going to go ahead and highlight and copy this. Then we'll go back to our Salesforce page, and we'll paste it in the callback URL field. Next, we'll need to configure our OAuth scopes. We'll start with Manage User Data. We'll click on this icon to select it, then Full Access, and finally we'll do Perform Requests at any time. All right, so we can finally move on to the next section, which is Security. We'll uncheck this field, Require Proof for Code Exchange, and click on Create once we're done. And we'll move on to the next part of the configuration, which will be to get our consumer details. So on this page, we'll go to the Settings tab, then OAuth settings. If we scroll down, we'll see it, OAuth settings, and we'll click on consumer key and secret. And on the next page, you'll need to enter the verification code, which is sent to your admin email. Once you've entered the code, click on verify. All right, so here we're going to copy the consumer key and secret and paste them in the provided fields in our integrations settings. Once we're done, we can save our changes. Now we'll move on to the final step for this configuration, and that will be to scroll down to Salesforce, click on Configure, and click Authorize Your Account. We'll need to allow access, and right now we can say that our configuration is officially complete. So we can see that it's successful. Now we can go ahead and test out this integration, and to do so, we're going to hop over to User Sync, and we're going to create a sync rule that syncs our WordPress registered users to a Salesforce list. So we're going to add a sync rule. Our source will be user roles. We'll add a new destination. The role is going to be any roles, and our integration will be Salesforce. Next, you'll need to select an object, and you'll see that there are a number of different objects from Salesforce which you can use to sync your users with. We'll use contact as the object. And if you want to, you can assign a topic or topics. We'll skip this and move on to custom fields. So here, email address is being mapped as text to the email address field in Salesforce. The same goes for first name and last name. If you ever need to add another field, you can simply click on Map Another Field and then proceed with your configuration. So as soon as you're happy with your settings, feel free to click on Save. And once they're saved, we're going to go ahead and test this out with an actual registration form. So I'll enter some random user information and click on Add User. And hopefully this can sync with our contact list in Salesforce. Now our next step here is to go to Salesforce to see if it was synced. Right now we're in the Sales console, and I'm going to click on this down arrow to select contacts. So as we can see in this list, we have two separate contacts, but we'll just need to keep on refreshing the page until we find the one that we registered. So after refreshing twice, we can now see Chris Cobble, our new contact. All right, so we're going to see a different example where I attempt to sync contacts submitting a form to our Salesforce contact list. So we'll go to User Sync, and once again, we're going to go ahead and add a new sync rule. This time, our source will be WP Forms, and our source item will be simple contact form. Next, we'll add a destination, and the event will be after form submission. Moving on, our integration is going to be Salesforce, and the object we'll use once again will be contact. Next, we'll need to manually go ahead and map our custom fields, so we'll map email address as text to lead email address in Salesforce. And then we'll need to create a mapping for first name. So let's find first name on this list. It's all the way at the top. And we'll map it to the first name field from our form. Now for last name, we'll change this to last name on the list, and we'll map our form's last name field to it. We'll click on save once we're done. And right now we can jump over to our contact form to test out this configuration. So let's enter some random contact information here. We'll click on submit. And now we can go ahead and see if our lead was synced successfully. After refreshing, we'll see the lead on the list. All right, so this is how you connect Salesforce to WordPress using FuseWP. Thanks for watching and see you next time.